How we doing, YouTube? Right, so we've dropped the gun a little bit here. We need to update you on what we've done so far on Sean's car. He's fitting the new Tegiwa induction kit system. So this is a copy of the CPL, we imagine, looking at the pipe. So in the Tegiwa box, you get the pipe, which is shaped to fit in the wheel arch. It's a really, really nice bit of kit. The welds aren't even built up on the inside. It's really nice, really, really nicely done. Comes with a big K&N induction kit, foam cone thing. We have noticed one thing with this kit though. There's no pipes on the actual intake hose itself for the intake air assist valve and the crankcase breather. But luckily Sean has already got a little filter for his crankcase breather and an IAAV delete kit from K-Tuned. But let's have a look. Say hello. Right, so on Sean's championship white, where we've got to so far is we've taken the battery out. We've obviously literally just the tray. We've got the airbox, the original airbox out. He had a Dorenza kit in here before, so that's already gone. The intake air hose is gone. Right, so those other little bits that you need for this kit, I'll just describe to you now. So crankcase breather by K-Tuned. Instead of having the pipe that goes across into the intake, so we've got a crankcase breather filter.
That's a 19mm.
19mm, that is. So if anybody
also do one as well.
So if anybody wants one of those, you don't have to spend K-Tune money. K-Tune's posh.
It's in the door pocket if you want to do it.
There is a yeah. Go grab that. We'll show them what it is. K&N do a version of it as well, which is cheaper than the K-Tuned. And this is the K-Tuned IAAV delete kit. If you can see where I'm pointing here. This used to have a little thermostatic valve on it with another pipe that went to the intake, just to help with startups. FN2 doesn't need it at all. It was an EP3 thing with the old, when they had the old style throttle body. So I say K&N do a version of this as well. If you don't want to spend K-Tune money, part number for anybody who wants it. There you go. So we're going to crack on fitting this kit. What we're going to do is
point out that leaks as well, doesn't it, without the
PTFE tape.
PTFE tape wrapped around it, shitloads of PTFE tape.
Yeah, so on this guy, make sure you put absolute load of PTFE tape around it when you're fitting it, just to stop them leaking. Yeah, it is coolant. It is a coolant jacket in there, so yeah, plenty of PTFE tape. So what we're doing now, we're going to take this trim out. It doesn't need to come out, but it looks a bit grubby, so we'll have that out. Weight reduction and all that, Sean, eh? Yeah. So should we just pop this in so people can see where this routes? Yeah. Do you want to hold it in? I'll other way around. That's it. Yeah. So we're just going to show you where this routes. A roundabouts. We don't have to get it in the old mates, so to speak. Giggity. We'll have to get that wiring loom out first, mate. But oh, you got it in. Oh, she's in.
That'll sit on there with the
that sits on there like that. So this is the new Tegiwa kit. So silicone hose on this side. This is really good compared to the other induction kits that we've seen. The mass airflow sensor. What you normally had to do is you had to split it out of the loom and extend it, but it looks like you don't have to with this kit. Very nice, Tegiwa. And it sits down there. If we get some focus on it, that would be nice, wouldn't it? So yeah, it sits down there into the wheel arch. So if you've got the old fog scoops like Sean, you get a nice breathing. Oh, he's got grills on his fog scoops as well, you fancy bastard.
Are they rusted yet?
Yeah, like the GP, yeah. But that is so good for the money. I mean, how much do these cost, Sean?
£250.
£250.
From Dynodaze.
£250 from Dynodaze, and that comes with the battery relocation as well.
That's it.
Comes with the battery relocation as well.
You need for it in the kit.
So bearing in mind that the CPL kit, you're looking at over 400 quid for the same thing. This is still 3-inch, exactly the same as the CPL big bore, and it's 250 quid with the battery relocation. As I say, the only downside to it, for people that don't know, if you're looking on the tube, just to reiterate what I went over earlier on the other ones, there's 2 spouts that are welded onto this. This is not included in this kit, so you do need a filter for your crankcase breather and an IAV delete kit. They're all for the good anyway. they're all good mods to do anyway. But yeah, brilliant. We'll crack on and give you an update in a minute. Sean's having trouble getting it in.
I'll have to do it from underneath, you know.
That's what she said. Yeah, so for anybody that's not done one of these before, this boy here, it's got 2 bolts underneath. You do not have to take them all the way out. You loosen them off and the whole thing just slides upwards. I know this because I've already done it on mine. There you go. So here's mine from God knows how many years ago. So that's it. You're looking at it from the top.
I screwed up and took the bolt straight out.
There we go, look. So you don't have to take the bolts out because it's on sliders. So you loosen them and it pulls up. But yeah, that's just my bit of scrap from a couple of years ago. What we are going to have to do with Sean's is, because he's not got the high clearance radiator hose from the top, which you can buy from Tegiwa. It's got extra clearance in the top of the hose. So this guy here, you can buy one with a bit of a dip in it, and it's for the K24 engines, but it's exactly the same. So what we're going to do for now until he gets some silicons is we're going to run some insulation tape over this just to give it a little bit more thickness and stop it rubbing, if you like. I say he's going to replace it with silicons anyway down the road, so yeah. Yes. Right, so we've done a bit of tidying up with this now, as you can probably see from the previous videos. Top engine mounting and the bracket up there. This is you don't have to do this, but it's nice to do. So tidied up that, and we're just giving his manifold a quick tickling over as well with the black amorite. It is black spray on amorite, direct to paint. No prep needed with that one. We just give it a quick wire brushing off. Right, he's just jacking it up now. We're going to get this bumper off. Yeah, check back in a minute. So an update on that, just a quick blasting over. I mean, the engine cover and everything's going back on, but yeah, it smartens them right up, looking black. Throttle bodies look a bit gross as well, so yeah, that looks smart. So now we're going to start taking this bumper off. Bumpers are fairly easy. There's some trim clips around where Sean's looking now. So trim clip from the inside of the arch. There's something that goes in from the bottom. Bear in mind that the undercover's already off of this, so you have to take your undercover off. And then you've got to peel this arch back once that's unbolted. Once the arch is gone, there's a bolt, Phillips straight in from this direction. You take that out, and basically the bumper just peels off from there. Dead easy.
Snap on you, don't you?
They do. So trim clip. There we go. What did you say, Sean? He's luckily brought some new clips to do this anyway, so yeah.
I think I might be able to save that one.
So a couple of clips from the bottom. There's one on the inside, and these trims pull off. This is the bolt I was on about here, which bolts the top of the bumper in. You have to do this both sides to get the bumper completely off. So he's done the same both sides, took the bolts out of here. Stuck a microfiber in there, it just keeps the trim away from the actual bumper when you're pulling it off. But the whole thing should just peel forward now. Obviously bearing in mind that if you've got headlamp washers and stuff like that, that's going to, and fog lights, if you've got the fog lights, there's going to be a lumen there, so don't pull it all the way off without unplugging those prior. So, ready to have this bumper off. So I'll do the quick first peel here. So initially with this bumper, you want to grab it and you just want to pull it out as soon as the bolts are off, and then work your way around. If you want to start the other side, Sean, we'll do all this, and I'll do a little thingy on it.
Just a couple of screws on there, actually, what I've missed. Sorry.
Is there? Yeah, grab them screws out then. But that's how you peel it off, and you just keep working its way around. They're all clipped in along the front, and that's it. If you're taking off the other side, those screws.
Just do this one here. Mine's I fitted some new ones, mine have torqued a bit.
There we go, a couple of little bolts. They've gone rusty already.
We have.
Bloody winter.
Yeah, that's it, mate. That's all.
Right, so again, you just peel this out, peel it along the top. It should all start coming along, as you can see. There we go. So if I just hold the weight here and wait for Sean. We're ready when you are, dude. If you want to peel that side. Yeah, you're gonna have to get some of those brackets from On a Mission. I think I'm gonna get some as well, mate.
Mine are a bit rusty on.
They are, yeah. So On a Mission are doing these brackets powder coated. That's it. Just peel it up, work your way along. Here we go. Yep, you grab that towel, mate. So a towel or something's a good idea on the bottom to stop your bumper scratching. There we go. Last clip. And there we go. So now we can rest this down here. There's the aforementioned headlamp washer jet plug. If you've got that, it's going to leak coolant everywhere, but such as the
Clip there, come from somewhere.
yeah, you'll find that. Probably off the grill. Looks like it's come off the grill, mate. So this is the GP grill. This has been on a couple of months, and look at it already. So Sean's gonna have this grill off and just give it a quick lick of paint. But yeah, that is essentially the front of an FN2. Bumpers come off without even without no trouble whatsoever, and that is the front. The air filter itself sits in that cavity there. So the pipe comes through here from the throttle body, sits in here, and the cone will sit in there. So yeah, I'll update the video as we go. We're just looking at this now with the Tegiwa battery tray. You have to take that bottom engine mounting bolt out, and the two holes that are in that plate that we've cleaned up. This sits here like this, but obviously we've got to take that bolt out the engine mounting. It goes back in there where the hole is here, and then the two bolts that come with the kit bolt into that top mount in there, something like that. Then you go battery relocation. So we'll get on with that now. Right, so that's the battery terminal in. We've decided to earth it to a little bolt at the top at the back there. It's not the perfect place, but the terminal's simply just not long enough that comes with it. So another thing to mention, an earth strap or something of that ilk, at least sort of 15 inches or something, just so you can re-earth it up, add another earth strap on. That would benefit this, but we're going to do that at a later date. It is earthed up now, so it should be fine. Battery itself, the positive connection, it's going to be like the Tegiwa ones, yeah. So on the other induction kit, so what you have to do is you have to then unwind the loom out of this holder here, so then it gives you the option to, or the ability to move that positive terminal up there. There's a couple of bits on the front that have to be moved as well. This guy has to come out of his holder, yeah, just for the Tegiwa relocation kit. Yeah, right, so we're just going to offer this up now. What we've done is we've disconnected all the clips for the wiring loom here, extended it. We've got the battery all in place. The red positive terminal is not switched on yet, but we'll have a look here, and then we'll see where this all bolts up. Right, so that bolts up on the front here. Right, so that bracket that we've got to take this front bolt out here, which was the one that we slackened off earlier on. This guy here, and in the kit there's another bar. Where is it? There we go. In the kit you get this little bar here. It's on an adjuster peg as well. So, I would imagine ski goes on there with a nut, lovely. So, salt those nuts. So. Undo this one. This was the mount for the original battery tray.
You can just about see it.
Get that one on there. Get it finger tight, and then we'll tighten it up afterwards. So, yeah, and then that's got the ability to move around and slide around. So, we'll get this filter now located. And we need to pull that out and twist it round. Yeah, it's a silicone. I think it's a silicone. Should be against that arch liner into it. Yep. It's across. We've got it adjusted up afterwards. We'll just get it all in place. Get these silicones on. we're on the throttle body there. We're on fully. No, we're not. Oh, that's going on a bit too easy. There we go, that's on there. It's on the throttle body, so now we've just got to adjust this hose how you want it, mate. I think that's cleared everything.
Filter sits there. Shall we get that filter on and then see where we need to move it to?
Get this bottom bracket on, mate. And then, so it's effectively very similar to how the CPL big bore kit sits again. We're just adjusting this at the moment. We've got the mount here, which will mount it all solid.
Nut and bolt.
We're going to nut and bolt that on there. We're going to get this pipe adjusted, but it looks pretty good. It's on the throttle body. The reducer sits well. There's a good portion of that in there as well, so we've got adjustment there. We can pull this out further if we need to. It looks like we might need to because we've got about a 5mm gap, but the placement of it looks great. So yeah, we'll see. So a little bit of fiddling around with it. We decided to the throttle body, crank that up first, get this silicone in place, and then we've manipulated this. So we've got that lined up down there, ready to get a bolt in, and this looks pretty good. We get a focus on it. Do you want to, Sean, before we try it on, do you want to get the K&N cone on it? Make sure it doesn't contact anything. That looks pretty good as it is. I say it's very, very much like the CPL. So a quick update then. That is the cone on. It's very close. It's very close, but it sits in there. What we've had to do with Sean's, he had a little bit of a burn or something that's been caught in your liner or something, wasn't it? Yeah. So we got the hot air gun on it, and we've actually bent it back into shape and put a bit of just a bit of vinyl wrap on there because there was a little hole, so that'll keep the cone protected. But it's just clears. Look, if you can just see, just clears the arch liner. There's a millimetre there. Yeah, a mill's good. A mill will do. Right, and then it's a case of just whacking this top one in.
Get that on there, don't we?
Yeah, get that in there. Get that nut and bolt for it, Sean, and then you're cooking with gas, mate. It's raining. So brackets bolted up, mass airflow sensors on. Yeah, we're looking pretty much there. We'll just nip all this up now. There's a 1 bolt on there on the bracket to tighten up what Sean's going to do now, and yeah, she's on. Not a bad job at all. So just the bumper to do now, Sean.
We're about there, aren't we?
That looks smart. So the new Tegiwa kit looks really well, fits well. We've given his manifold a bit of a licking as well with some hammerite direct to rust, direct to paint, whatever. Battery relocation's on. It is what it is. They're a tight one to get on. Everything's out the way of the gear linkages. That's good. We're through. That is bolted up, rigid, and we've got the cone on down at the bottom. So yeah, wicked. We'll get this bumper on and get it fired up. Looks good, mate. Smart, brilliant. What did you just say, Sean? If we have floods, we're fucked. I think if we have floods, every single FN2 that runs a cold air feed is going to be fucked. Excuse my French. But yeah, that's bumper back on. Just give the grille on the GP kit a bit of a tickle up as well, because they're known to rust. So that is looking smart. That manifold's come up nice. This is all bolted in. Sean was worried about if this was going to knock or not, but obviously because we've put this bracket and bolt in, this is effectively part of the car now. This is not going to move whatsoever. The flex point's going to be on the silicon, but it's poly mounted anyway, so no issues there. So this is fitted in really well, and with his fog scoop, yeah, the filter's just there, look. So yeah, cold air feed, very, very, very cold air feed. Yeah, if you look behind there, look, you can see that sitting perfectly. Yeah, mint, mate. Get it back together. So we've just been messing around with clips and stuff. We've got the bumper back on. Bumper is literally the reverse of how to take it apart to get it back on. All the clips are in. The front end is done. And how good does that look? That's really smarting that up. So that, yeah, liquor paint on the manifold. We've got the new Tegiwa Induction kit all fitted now, battery relocation done.
We've got this as well.
I think we're done. Oh, he's gave his torque link a bit of a lick of paint while we've been on it. Why not? And that's that done. We'll get that back on and get it fired up. There is just one thing I will mention with this kit. So this won't affect a lot of FN2s, but if your FN2s has got the stock Xenons, so if it's got the bumper washer jets, this kit's pretty hard to fit, and I'll show you why. So I recall this from the Skunk 2 kits and stuff that have the same issue. So everything fits fine, but the back of the headlight on models with the automatic leveling Xenons, so if you've got these, it's really difficult, and the cone is literally pressed up against the wheel arch liner. There's no adjustment in it, that is it. So just something to bear in mind with this kit. It's gone on fine, everything's fine, but it's very tight. It's very tight. But yeah, Sean's just going to fire it up now. Hey. She's running. He's messing around with his clock and stuff now. But yeah, all up and running. Give it a little blip, mate. Oh yeah. She'll do. Sounds well, that one. He'll likely get engine management light on until he's had it mapped, but it's ready now. Sounds really well. He's got a 70mm exhaust as well, so. See you later, buddy.